you can see what's going on. Totally optional.
Yeah.
So there you guys are on this wreck of a, separatist union ship. You face down some scavengers and some droids. You turn on the radio station as you hear the squawk of some very annoying tactical droid giving out a series of binary numbers and one reference to Mandalorian invaders on the ship.
Yeah. And I believe we were heading towards the bridge.
Yep,
Yep.
we were heading toward engineering. We found out there were people on the bridge, so we turned around and started heading that way. We were attacked by some droids and some other guy. We killed all of them. On the guy, we found an access card
And the headset.
Yep, and the headset and a credit chip, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, with 800 credits.
Some cold hard credits. Okay, so you guys heading to the nearest lift that you can find to head up to the higher deck where the bridge connects?
We.
Okay, you get up to the nearest lift, and immediately you see this big, ominous, repaired panel where it looks like somebody's threw together some wires and components to make it work again, and they've got a data pads mounted on the wall there with some cable wires connecting to it. Does someone want to give me a slice or mechanics to know what's going on with this? Or are they super trusting and just gonna push the button to summon the lift?
Yeah, let's take a look. Just let me review. Okay, I am crit free. That's good. I couldn't remember. I mean,
good.
we had a session. Who knew if I, still might have had a new
very true.
status.
Anything can happen. I've got 3
All right.
green computers, and that's it.
Yeah, no, it's me. Computers or mechanics
wait. We haven't synced.
We have not synced pool yet.
Oh, that's true too. You still got dirty stuff in there.
Dirty stuff. Yeah, don't be rolling. Don't be bippity bipping yet, guys.
No, I tried to sync. I didn't know if you cleared it yet or not.
Okay, it is
There we
cleared
go.
now.
There we go.
So many bippity bippity bits.
I think that's all of them. Yep.
All right. Oh, so it's what's the options? Computers or mechanics or what?
Computers or mechanics. Each one will tell you some different things.
All right. Let's computers it or mechanics it to start.
Okay, so go ahead and give me your mechanics. All right. So without a shadow of a doubt, mechanically speaking, this panel here for this lift was at one point utterly destroyed. And that somebody has scavenged a bunch of parts, including a big ocular unit of a droid, to put where the ship's camera normally would have been on this panel. So you clearly know that you are on candid camera right now.
Everybody smile. Wave at the camera.
And where this data pad's been plugged in, somebody did this little rigging here with mechanics to bypass the entire ship with this panel. So whatever this lift is connected to on this panel out here, it overrides anything, say, somebody on the bridge or somebody in engineering could do, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. It depends on how you want to look at it.
Intriguing.
Also means if you were to, say, rip this panel off the wall, it would probably kill the lift.
Yeah, don't want to do that. All right. But probably because controls from the bridge, no?
Normally, yes, but the data pad that's all welded, all jinky like on this panel here is bypassing that, like I said. So
Oh, wow.
the
Okay.
pad, you're
That's,
going to pick a floor before you go anywhere on the pad, and it's going to take you there.
how bizarre. Okay. Uh,
If you want, you could, if you had, say, had a data pad, you could sync it with that, which could also mean someone else could have one synced with it.
I don't think I have a data pad. I got a bunch of other stuff, but not a data pad. Nope. All right. What about computer-wise?
Okay, you're going to give it a computers?
Yeah, we're going to give it a good look over. I mean, since we're going into danger on it.
Since we're here.
Okay, well, go ahead and roll when you're ready. It
Actually, I
seems...
was going to use the advantage for a blue, but forgot.
Okay, if you want to go ahead and roll a blue, I'll clear the pool. I'll give it to you.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
No go.
It
All right.
seems to be very... Whoever built this has modded this data pad that they, amalgamated into the control panel a lot. It looks like a lot of different pieces, mixed and bibbed and bobbed together. So you're thinking that's
Cobbled.
probably why you're not quite deciphering what you're seeing correctly. Looks like a
Okay.
Jawa built this.
Yeah.
It,
Dirty Jawas. All right.
But the data pad clearly
Uh,
shows there are 3 floors, one above you, one all the way at the top, which you think will lead you to the bridge, and one all the way to the bottom that you think will lead you to engineering.
okay. So we storming the bridge.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna hit the top floor button and see what happens.
Everybody on. Let's see what happens.
I'll hope for the best.
You hit the button and you hear this horrible screeching sound as the lift comes to your level from the top. And then the door, opens up and you feel a slight sucking air pressure, not like decompression exploding wise, but just a slight change in air pressure as the lift tube sucks some air into it from where you guys are standing. You guys get on?
Probably lack of pressure up on the bridge, which if the droids are running it, they don't care. So.
Yep. And to answer Jim's question, yep. And gun at the ready, by the way.
Yep.
Gun at the ready. I like that.
Of course. We're going to talk with the droids. Just a different language.
Yep.
Okay, and as you say that to each other in funny Mandos talk, you guys, can conveying any messages to each other in the open or just on
No,
private channels?
just on comms. Got to figure they're all listening, so.
Yep.
Helmet comms only.
Okay, you step in, you do the hand gesture for helmet comms only, and as the lift starts to tremble and shake and screechy noise starts, all of a sudden you hear the chime on the little speaker in front of the door go doo doo. And son of a bitch, not a single success. And immediately you get a communication that squelches on that comm that you also took off the dead body in perfect unison, telling you whoever's got, talking to you on the speaker is broadcasting probably droid like to both at the same time. As you get this squelch. And it's annoying, but it's apparently not that bad because he didn't get a single success. As you notice on your helmet comms, I'm going to use that triumph to say it's blurring out your helmet comms. So if you would like, you can mute your comms for the very moment, or you can keep it on and he's broadcasting on all bands and squelching his voice in your heads if you want to accept that. Is anyone not muting their comms?
I'll mute the helicoms if it's doing that, yes.
Yeah, same.
I'll mute.
As you guys mute your comms and can still clearly hear him through the elevator speaker. As he goes, I am commander of this ship. You will surrender immediately to my dominating forces. You Republic scum will not be allowed on this ship for long. We will space you. Or you will join the new risen separatist Confederate Army. And then it starts
Well,
blaring horrible Confederate music from back in the day.
we're on our way to discuss that with you.
Mm-hmm.
As sadly its scathing tirade did Jack and Diddle to you guys.
What a shame. Nice try.
It was scathing. I will nod appreciatively at the effort.
I was trying to strain you guys out, but apparently either the speaker's bad or the droid is just that sketchy. He could not say it properly. He was trying to say it properly to you.
Yeah, it's a bunch of Mandos. We're like, whatever.
As the lift goes up and you hear the bing as the lift opens up to the top floor of the ship.
Yep.
And it might help you guys in the middle of
Yeah.
the map.
I see ya.
For this map, it is 3 squares for short range and 7 for medium, just to let you know. So yes, everything is roughly medium range.
There's
And
a giant robot
pretty
floating in
much
space.
assume the bridge is to the east of your current location.
Okay.
As you guys
We're
step
here to
out
talk
of
to
the
you
lift,
about.
the little tirade is still going on.
Yes, we're here to talk to you about your ship insurance.
Your ship
Your
warranty
ship's
has
extended
expired.
warranty.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that droid is huge.
Yeah. But he's in space, so
Yeah.
must not be too much of a threat.
In space.
All right, well.
Apparently he is floating in space because he's kind of just circling around.
So where are you guys going? Everything seems quiet. Too quiet as you see some like sparks where there should be lighting in this crappily lit area here. You clearly see when you look down at the ground that some of the refuse is like pushed to the walls. So people have been here or droids have been moving around here and like the debris is all swept up to the sides. So that there's
mouse
clear
droid's
blocking
cleaning.
path in the middle here.
Hey Jeff, you're our perception guy, right?
I suppose I am.
Why don't you take a look and make sure the coast is truly clear?
I will do that. Is my pool ready?
It depends. What are you looking for?
Trouble.
Trouble. Is the coast really clear? Is there anything dangerous?
In your immediate vicinity, go ahead and roll your perception.
Right.
I'm gonna ask for
Did
a
you get my?
second roll, but I just want to see what this first one. Yeah, I got your upgrade in there.
Wow.
Okay, that's more than sufficient. We'll go with the best roll that you've got. Okay. So everything seems a-okay as a panel sparks right next to you, and you kind of like flinch instinctively from the sparks. What would you like for your advantages? Everything's safe except we're in a walking, floating death trap.
So it meets those standards?
More so, there's guardrails.
So, Jeff,
Yes,
the question on the table was for you.
I understand that. I was I've been trying to think of anything. I don't really. I'm better with advantages modifying a success, but since I've got a failure in advantages, I'm not sure what to go with it.
You see
You
no
can always go with
danger immediately, but like there is the suggestion if you wanted to recall additional information, maybe when that droid outside was giving you information, you recall hearing something that could be some
Sure,
helpful information.
let's go
Or
with that.
okay, so I've got a suggestion for 3 of those advantages if you still want to do something for that single advantage.
Well, with this, so yeah, whatever you're suggesting for 3, I think I'll take a single advantage and pull claw back a strain.
There you go.
Okay, as you look and you flinch back from that sparking panel there, you take a moment and breathe and center yourself for that point of strain. As you recall, the droid was telling you about the ship having active power sources. This part of the ship, you recall the droid saying an instant woodly 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 flashback that there seemed to have been some security programs running on the top floor, as well as the security doors seem to be functioning properly, and there seems to be some unusual draw on the power supply on the bridge.
I will point this out. Hopefully, people with mechanics or computers might be able to use that information.
So
That's not us though.
what's the panel up here look like?
The panel up where?
The
Oh, to
elevator
the left?
panel here.
It
Yep.
looks like it had taken a lightsaber a decade or two ago to it. There's a clean swipe of an energy blade across the panel.
And so it's jerry rigged like down below.
It's basically rigged to work off the panel below. This panel itself does not operate.
Oh, nice.
So
All right.
someone might be able to rip the panel open with mechanics, but there's no hacking this panel to work.
Okay.
If somebody
So it was a
has their
one-way.
data pad connected to the pad down below, you can totally just go pip and bring the elevator up.
Yeah, yeah.
Hopefully
So
somebody
one-way
on
trip,
the floor
dudes.
has that.
Can you lock the elevator on this floor so that it doesn't go anywhere while we're traversing around?
Well, the controls are down below.
Well, yeah, but usually inside of an elevator on the panel, there's a lock button.
And if it helps, the safety protocols seem to totally be working. The lift didn't cut anyone in half. So if you put something in the doorway that's, bigger than an arm, it'll probably not try to cut it off.
Yeah, I was gonna say if there's something.
Probably not.
I would
Otherwise,
look
I'd have to spend some time.
I will totally give you. There's a battle droid leg that's big enough to be thrown in the lift to set off the
Okay.
safety alarm.
Chunk it over there.
Okay, door hints at closing but stops when the laser sees that there's a leg there, and you get this
Bump bump.
boop 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 little alarm that's telling you that someone needs to get out of the doorway so the lift can work if it wants to go somewhere else. And yes, it's
There we
totally
go.
going to keep going boop until somebody moves the leg.
I'll just ignore it.
The strongest mouse droid ever will show up to do it.
Yeah.
Should we, because moving toward the bridge, there's 2 doors. Should we split and go 2 north, 3 south, or vice versa?
Sure.
And I would say that Kelly and I should split, and then the rest of you go where you see fit.
Okay, so don't go too much further there. So 2 of you guys are in the lead.
and
What are the other 3 of you doing?
I'm stealthing, by the way, Jim.
Oh, you're stealthing.
Yep.
The blue square is the lift, by the way. So you're stealthing. Good to know. Give me just a sec. What is someone's vigilance? That's a pretty good vigilance. That's like somebody's job if their vigilance is that good. Go ahead and
Give you my stealth roll.
I'm just shocked somebody's vigilance is that good. Yeah, go ahead and give me a vigilance roll there.
Because my stealth is not that good. But it's good enough.
Apparently, your stealth is really good. As you guys are going,
Yeah.
you guys are splitting up. And which way is our sniper going? And Bram, which way are you going?
Sniper should go north, and Bram should come south.
You're so sneaky, they don't hear your orders.
Right?
So, interesting way that we split the party here. So, hold on, which
Why
way?
is there a giant droid in the elevator?
He was there all along. You just didn't see him.
Apparently.
Surprise.
He is really stealthy.
Right?
He's the friend of the guy floating outside.
As he T-1000s out of the silvery floor panel of the lift. So, Kelly, which way are you going? Are you going to the north or to the south?
Ellie, you should go north so that we have one good gunner on each side.
What are you trying to say?
Wow.
What I'm trying to say is
Okay.
gunning isn't your forte.
So
Really?
I have a quick question.
All that Kelly and I do is shoot things.
So
What
You
is
have
your
a
quick
question?
question?
Bram and Tauk, do me a favor.
Grish?
Give me
Oh,
each
Bram
of you
and Tauk,
guys
okay.
a vigilance check.
Okay.
As something is about to happen, you might actually have a chance of having a choice before it happens to you, or you choose not to have it happen to you.
So it's Bram and Talish?
Yep, the last one's in line.
Got it. Look to see if you can see the people sneaking up on us, guys.
So you want a vigilance, is that?
Vigilance. Yep, give me a vigilance. Not initiative, actual vigilance. Something is about to happen with a snap and a crack. And are you caught off guard, or are you able to have a choice in what happens? Bram obviously is
Okay.
caught off guard.
My passive
So much
He was like,
vigilance
oh
is
shit, I'm
2
sneaking,
yellow.
I'm sneaking.
And Kelly, go ahead and
Believe?
make your vigilance check.
And this is a
Yeah.
combat one, right?
Not
no, you
the
want the
initiative.
skill.
You want the skill one.
Under the skills tab.
Yeah, the
Yes.
combat one.
No.
The other
Okay.
tab.
Skills tab,
The skills tab.
vigilance under general skills.
Yeah, this isn't initiative. This is just your vigilance check. Okay?
Doesn't nothing.
Doesn't really matter as you guys all step through. I need to zoom this map in here. And as you guys step through, immediately you notice this room is full of refuse. There's the off to the wings here on both sides, and this little there's a console here that probably is like a weapons station. You think you can't tell yet because you're not there. And the trash piles are huge at this end of it. Immediately, as you guys come walking in, something happens that is very unsettling.
Gosh, burps.
An airlock slams shut right here behind Twi'lek, and another one slams shut behind Bram. And obviously, we're thinking these safety features were turned off. It could have taken a leg off if you were just, walking a little bit slower. The reason why I was giving you a vigilance check is I was going to give you the option to be on either side of the door. And as that happens,
That's good. He's trapping us in where we want to be anyway, so good.
Right?
the refuse piles move. As over here, and you'll probably want me to highlight them so you can see them because they blend in with the ship's floor perfectly. I'll give you a little dot there.
You think I'm stuck in here with you?
Right?
You're stuck in here with me.
Yeah, they might be like, why did I do this?
It's one of my
It's like,
favorite lines from that movie.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, it's
the
like,
best line for a vigilante ever.
It was.
yeah, that's all right. They'll be knocking on the door. Let me out.
You guys on each of your groups notice two B2 battle droids. Those are the ones that have the little double blasters in their wrist and a rocket in their
Yeah.
other wrist. Come clamoring out of the garbage piles.
Guys are slumming these days, huh?
Mm-hmm. So I guess we're going to be making vigilance initiative rolls now.
Yeah, go ahead and give me some vigilance initiative here.
Yes, I got a passive vigilance of 2 yellow.
That mean. Hang on.
I get to try out my new gun.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
And
Well,
since my
again.
guys are split up, I'll have them roll twice so that way each group acts separately.
Wow, look at that.
Nice job, Dizo. You put us in the lead.
Okay, hold on.
Wow, that was a.
So it says, Jim,
Yeah?
I have a rapid reaction. The character may suffer a number of strain to add an equal number of successes to any vigilance or cool check to determine initiative order. The number may not exceed his ranks in rapid reaction. So I have 1 rank in rapid reaction.
So you would like to take 1 strain to add 1 success to turning your 2 into a 3?
Yes.
Okay, I will gladly.
Does that move us? That doesn't affect us, though. It doesn't move us.
Nope.
Yeah, let's. I'm sorry, take it back because I thought that it would move us up, and then I noticed that there were in fact no 3s for us to beat.
No.
Okay.
Or any
Alright.
2s. Or any 2s to beat.
Yep.
And
Right.
as you guys are in there, you realize the doors here and here are locked.
Yep.
Good, they can't run that way or behind.
Yeah, but that's what our key card's supposed to be for, so we're not worried about that.
You totally do have a key card. Yeah, you totally do. So who's gonna go first? Is these big, beefy, almost factory fresh B2 battle droids climb out of their garbage piles, totally get
Can
their
I go?
right wrist and cock it, and you see the little tiny blasters there.
Can
So
I
why
go
don't?
before it gets too close?
Yeah, I was gonna say, why don't you guys go first, then I'll go second.
Only
Well,
one of us
third
gets to
if one
go,
second.
right?
Yep, one of you
Yes.
guys
Yeah.
gonna
Well,
go
at this
before
moment.
somebody gets lit up by the rest of them.
Yep. Do
Does
your
somebody
thing there,
have an
Ghel.
idea?
Do
Yeah,
your
I'm
thing
Kelly,
there,
I
gonna.
Ghel.
would go for the close one because remember, 3 squares is all you get for short distance, and 7 squares is medium distance. So
Well, I was using my rifle. Um. Yeah, I'll take out that one then.
Okay, you're gonna shoot which one?
This will be longer. You're shooting this one.
You're shooting the one that's closer to you?
Yes.
Okay, so that's
I'm aiming.
Shoot him dead, Talise.
okay, so that's at medium range because he's more than 3 squares from you, unless you want to move up first. You want to drop it down to
I don't need to
one
move
single
up.
dice? Okay.
I don't need to move up. But I am gonna aim.
Okay, I got a blue in there for your aim. Do you need anything else?
Hold on, I'm double checking. I think I'll hold on to the precise aim. Let's see. That does not. That does not.
I look at this and go, how can a super tactical droid not have defense? They're armor plated. Oh wait,
So,
that's why they have lots of wounds.
um,
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and do precise aim.
And what does that do?
It reduces the target's melee and range defenses.
Okay. You're aiming for the soft spots. Okay. This guy's totally going to shoot you back. So go ahead and take your shot. Damn, that's a pretty good shot. Okay, so what is your total damage?
Hey, really quick. I have suppressing fire. The character and each ally within short range may spend advantage on their oh, you didn't fail. Never mind. Get him. Get him.
Well, it's 15, but it crits.
nice.
Okay.
Yeah, critical 3. So
15 before soak. Okay, you nail this thing in the midsection.
and remember, it's reduced by 2.
What do you mean it's reduced by 2?
For my precise aim.
Oh, yeah,
strength
the
for.
defense. Yeah, the defense
The
is
defense.
reduced.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what crit he gets. As apparently the page is loading very slowly. Come on. Faster, faster. He has a stinger. Increase the difficulty of his next check by 1 die. As he's got a big smoking hole in his midsection.
Is that a purple die, I'm assuming?
It increases it by 1 difficulty. So yeah, it would turn a purple die into a 2 purple die.
Awesome.
Anything for an additional maneuver if you want to take some strain?
No, because I'm going to be using that precise aim.
Okay. So since obviously all the action is happening in the north side of the ship here, we're gonna have these two guys go next. As
So
this
does it
one is,
look like it's hurting?
oh, it's hurting. One could almost say it's about halfway hurt to hurt dead. As this
It is.
one's
It is
coming up
halfway
closer,
there.
and this one they both lift their hands up and do the as they get their weapons ready and they turn their wrists in unison at you, and you guys are all grouped up there. They're gonna totally follow their programming. They're gonna both aim for the person in the middle. And let's see, they don't have anything special other than their one ability and the fact that they're robots. So the first one is going to aim for the intruder in the middle. Specifically shooting for the person in the middle that's at short range.
Well, there's only one person in the middle, Jim. I don't know why you're talking like there's going to be 6 of us in the middle. Like there's only one.
Well, the reason why I'm saying it.
And when you shoot at the middle in the next room, I'm going to laugh at you. But here, for me, it's me.
And it's gonna shoot on auto fire.
Of course it is.
Do you have any
Oh, how
range
funny, because-
defense there, Golda?
Do that too.
Okay, hold on.
As it's gonna bring that wrist down with those little dual
I have one
blasters
range
going
defense, Golda.
pew 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 pew. She may have
Yeah,
both.
because I haven't had a chance to engage my things that let me have more. So yeah, one.
Okay, one range defense.
Yep, I have 1 and 1.
As he's firing on full auto all around you, probably hoping to hit your friends, and hits nothing but the bulkhead behind you. But he's totally going to pass a blue dice to his buddy, who's going to do the same tactic. And he's going to take no chances. And he is a disappointment to his maker. As you're going to get hit for 10 points, and it does not do a whole bunch of cool auto fire shit to you. As these two B2 battle droids are going, bulkhead is getting blasted with welding marks, the door is getting blasted with welding marks, and you catch one blast for 10 points before you're soaked. But they are going to give the first one of you three to go, which doesn't count the sniper who already went, a black dice. Mainly because they shot everything but you guys, except for one blaster bolt.
That's funny.
So across the hallway, you guys hear blaster fire going like crazy next door.
Pick me, pick me.
Who's going
I'm going first. Me. I am going to start by moving to there, so I'm in short range. I am going to true aim, which will give me a blue and an upgrade. I'll take my 2 strain for that. And I too am going to attempt to auto fire on this guy. So give me 1 additional purple to the one that's already there.
Okay, so I got a blue and an upgrade for you. Anything else?
Yep, the auto fire purple.
Yep, I got that in there.
Okay, and
I'm assuming it's this guy right here.
Yep, the one that's right in front of me. Yep.
And you clearly see now that you're there, the console right here, it is totally the weapon system. There's a bunch of red warning lights flashing on it.
You ready for me?
Yep. I
No,
cannot like
that
the auto fire worked so well for you.
the auto fire did work beautifully for me.
I don't
So
like
that
this.
would be 16, 32 points of damage. with Pierce 4.
Did you just say 32?
Yes,
How is it 32?
because 13 plus 3 is. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 32 because auto fire
We do
basically
the
is a
damage
second hit.
one at a time.
Yeah, because he gets soak on each hit.
So you do have Pierce 4. So what is the first attack?
Oh, so I roll it again?
No. It's the same damage, but go ahead and what does the first shot do? It's Pierce
So
4.
16 and
Okay.
16, so a total of 24
So
after. Or wait, no, I'm sorry. I don't know what his soak is. So
Right.
remember,
you
Pierce
don't know
4.
the magic number. That's
Yeah.
So
why I was
16
asking
and
the first.
16 with Pierce 4.
Yep.
So
Yep.
the
And
first shot he survives as the first blast goes blowing a huge massive chunk through him as he has a decent amount of life still left in him. What does it look like when the follow-up shot vaporizes him?
Because it's auto fire, it basically just Gatling gun, like limbs start falling off, and pieces go flying everywhere.
That was ugly. That was really really ugly. Okay, so now the auto fire on the north hall has been matched with auto fire on the south hall. Who's going
from the
next?
just from the other side. Are you engaging in meleeing, Golda?
No.
No, I thought that was your stick.
It is, but I was gonna try utilizing bodyguard for Talise so she can take more shots without having to move because she did a whole bunch of damage. So I'm hoping
Yeah.
she can do it again. And so I was gonna stay in front of her and see what I can do. It's gonna make it harder for them to shoot her if they choose to do so. I mean, they didn't try last time, so chances are they're not going to try this time. But
Okay. Well, that's fine.
because I don't think that me hitting this is going to make a bit of difference. Do you guys?
Okay.
It is a
Do you
big
have any
don't
fears?
know.
melee on
I don't know what your
I don't know.
Frankenstein.
I don't know what your melee weapon is, so I'm not sure what you're using, but
Well,
that's fine.
Deidre,
I'll
why are you
move
just
here.
moving?
I've got
Wait,
vibro knuckles.
if Golda just went, it's only fair that we get to go next.
Golda hasn't gone.
Golda hasn't done anything.
Okay. I
You
thought
just
you said
went.
you were. I thought Golda said she was doing defensive stuff for Kelly.
No. Right, based off of my question of are you planning on engaging into melee?
Ah, okay.
And I said, no, my plan was not to do that.
Because remember,
Right.
you have that freeze ray fist to cuff combo thing going.
I missed the initial question. I was reading something. My apologies.
You're just drunk on victory, that's all.
Damn straight I am.
Full auto fire, the smell of Bespin gas in the morning.
Yes.
Smells like
I mean,
victory.
you guys want to go next? I mean, I don't care.
No. You can go next. I was just gonna say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought all three of you were going. I was like, no, one from each side. Let's divvy this up fairly.
Yeah, that was a whole discussion there. All right.
Fizo.
I'm gonna shoot this dude
You're gonna shoot
down below.
the wounded one?
Yeah.
Okay, you're at short range. You're not doing any fancy
Yep.
auto fire stuff.
No,
Any
I don't have
extra
auto fire.
strength for an aim?
Nah.
As all of a sudden the squeakers squelch as the mechanical voice says, "Defeat my B2 battle droids means nothing. I have new minions to defeat you, flesh bags."
Mm.
Okay.
You're wearing out your vocal box there, dude. Okay. Are we set?
That was a no to aiming, right?
Yes, no aiming.
Okay. Yes, you are set.
All right. That's gonna be a hit. That's 7, 8, 9, and then an additional point for point blank if they're engaged or short range. I got 1 rank, so adds 1 additional damage. And Pierce 5.
So what's your total damage?
So 7, 8, 9, 10 with Pierce 5.
And I can only soak one of those. What does it look like when your freeze ray takes this droid out?
It just starts sparking and shorting out, and then just collapses backward stiffly.
Covered in
It
frost.
took 2 shots, but we've done 1 each. Killed. Good start.
And this one's totally gonna shoot you next. It was going for the
Jeff,
quick
you're
thing,
up.
but now it's sees how deadly you and that sniper are, but you are the closer target. Who's going next?
Yeah, that would be me. I'm going to step a bit forward in order so that this guy is in medium range. If I've got that correct.
Yep. 7
And
was medium.
Yep.
I will take 2 strain to aim and fire my weapon at him.
Okay, he will gladly use a dark side to make sure his adversary one is extra juicy at this range.
Uh-huh.
'Cause he
Ready?
wants to- Yep. He's gonna live. That's all I'm gonna say is he's gonna live. He's B2 droid number 5. Johnny 5 is alive. So you take your heavy blaster pistol shot and it just bounces off the armor on this thing. What would
My
you
dice
like
hate me today.
with 3 advantage?
Give him a black.
I mean, 3
I like
advantage
that idea.
will
I
you
will
a whole
give that
bunch
guy
of-
a black.
3 advantage will give you way more than a black. I mean, that's just one.
I'm gonna say
One
I
advantage
was gonna-
to do that.
you can downgrade.
Give you that advice.
right?
Tell them to shush. They should be saying an upgrade against shooting me.
Right.
Or shooting the guy next to me if that's the case.
I could do that, but I was gonna also say take some strain back. But no, go ahead. Do an upgrade.
When one person shoots a rifle on full auto and another guy goes up with a pistol and goes pew and doesn't hurt you, I don't think the pistol guy gets shot next. So would you like to give him an upgrade against his next attack?
I would like to do that.
Okay, turning one of his purples into a red for
And how many does that take? Does that take all 3?
that
2?
would be
I don't
all
know.
3. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
That's not-
the sole survivor, number 5 over here. He saw your buddy shoot that cannon off on full freaking auto. He is not gonna mess around and go pew pew with his little pew pew. He's gonna get kind of scary.
He's pulling out the rockets.
As he whips out his left arm.
Hey,
And
which side are we shooting on? Is it the guy that Bram just
down
shot
below.
at?
we're talking
Down
down
below.
Okay, thank you.
It's the one that Bram
Just
shot
making
and
sure.
didn't kill him.
They're separated.
connect
Yep.
Top people and bottom people.
Yep. So the bottom survivor goes with his arm and his plating slides back, and this tiny little missile about the size of a beer can pops out. Oh, look at Drill getting all scared. So scared.
Considering how many you flipped for,
And seeing as he saw that you can one-shot things, he's gonna take 2 strain to aim as well as pull that rocket into play. So we're gonna add a blue dice for that, and apparently we're gonna upgrade the difficulty twice. and I'm assuming we're at a good solid medium difficulty.
Yep.
Yep, good solid medium difficulties. He's gonna shoot you with his rocket launcher. Are you ready? What is your range defense?
You got
One.
the red in there, yeah.
Yep, I got the 2 upgrades. One for the 3 advantages and one for the light side that was just flipped.
Yep.
Yeah, my defense is 1.
Defense 1. Okay. Here comes a rocket right up your schnoz.
Oh no.
Wow. So,
I mean, sadly it hit, but a lot of bad for him.
some amazing shit happens. Now, for the despair, I would totally give you this ship is old, he is rickety. When he fires that rocket, he goes flying into the wall over here that happened to have a force field that we didn't see, and he goes floating out into space. If you're happy with that for despair.
Oh, that's not the 3.
That's not the 3 threat.
I mean, I was thinking
Yeah. Well,
crew of Mandos show up for the despair.
Okay, enemy
yeah, we'll go
Mandos
ahead and
show up.
we'll blast him out the airlock for that despair.
As-
Why not?
As the battle droid shoots the rocket and he gets blasted backwards with some extra, flow. And you notice that there's a crumpled wall that had a hint of blue force field. As soon as he flies back and hits the wall, it crumples and he goes flying out into space, a la black hole twirling B2 battle droid going, I made bad life choices. And you get hit with a missile for 13 points of damage before soak.
But he can hold his breath for a long, long time.
And is there anything you would like for those 3 threats? As you did just eat a missile, I might as well give you something nice.
Shrapnel blasts the door open.
I was gonna say is the blast basically damaged the control panel enough that the doors opened.
Okay, you want both the doors to open?
Sure.
Okay. So immediately, door opens up, the panel gets fragged with the explosives, and this door opens up as well. We'll give you a little. Doodly. That's the open door.
Excellent.
And when that happens, I get to reveal something that's inside the door. As all of a sudden you hear, uh-oh, Roger. We're supposed to hold our position, Roger.
Well, you'll be holding the floor down.
At least it's not Jedi. And who's going last but not least? Chaff.
Yeah, I'm going to. Let me see. So I'm going to stay in front of Talise, but I am going to try to shoot this guy.
Okay, you totally taking the bodyguard position. I got you.
So if they aim at Talise for any reason, it is harder.
Okay, so it's upgrading the difficulty?
Yes. By 1. Until the start of my next turn, the difficulty of all combat checks targeting the protected ally is equal to the strain suffered by the character. So I can take 1.
Okay, and that light side was for an upgrade on your attack, right?
Yes.
Okay, and are you aiming?
Yes.
Okay. I believe you were in short distance of that guy. That's the guy that actually shot you.
Little jackass.
Rock him.
I mean, I don't have anything major, but I'm gonna try to, like,
You soften him up, and she'll knock him down.
are my
Your
died correct?
tool is ready. Yep.
You saw my light side?
Yep. I got your upgrade and your aim.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, great.
You scared him as you see your lucky blaster go ka-ching, ricocheting off his glistening prestige armor. I mean, literally, they just took the saran wrap off of these guys. But you
I'm gonna
totally...
take a strength back.
Okay, for that advantage.
Yep.
All right, top of the order. Who's going next? You've got B1
I
battle
would say-
droids, a group of 6 of them that saw the door go open, and a Mandalorian standing right there, and they're just like, oh crap! But at least they're not Jedi!
I would almost say Kelly go next since they have the greater threat.
Yeah,
'Cause-
we can attack So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and attack this guy.
Yeah, before this guy ejects himself out of the ship.
That's just mean.
And I'm also going to aim.
Okay, so he's at medium distance, and you're aiming.
Yep. In his, I did the precise aim, so he's reduced for his
His defense is dropped. Yep.
defense. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Ouch.
So that would be 15 and a crit.
You seem to like that result.
Apparently.
Okay. You just blow a chunk out of his thigh armor and leg as he's sparking. And you're gonna do a crit.
It's critomatic here.
As he is slowed down. See, I guessed it. It was a thigh shot. He can only act during the last allied initiative slot on the next turn.
Oh.
Which means he's going dead last. He'll let the battle droids take his initiative slot. All of a sudden, the group of battle droids feel a little more initiative for some reason. My programming says we should go next. And anything for an additional maneuver if you want to take one? Or you feel very safe being bodyguarded
No.
right there.
Well, and also I need to save my strain for precise aim.
Okay. So immediately on this side of the ship, these 6 droids look and see the Mandalorian right there in the open doorway. And they seem very concerned. Can't blame them at all. They seem very concerned. As
Just
the
one Mando.
first one goes, they might not be Jedi, but I think those are Mandalorians or clone troopers. Just as bad. We hate clone troopers. And all 6 turn their blaster rifles your direction. Now the question is, what is your range defense? Surely it's better than that. Bram, we're talking to you. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Bram, did we lose you?
Yeah, sorry, I was distracted.
The number of battle droids just doubled the longer we waited.
So what's your defense?
My defense is 1.
Range defense 1. Okay. So the
Yeah, I
first
don't think anybody's
pair
got.
are gonna aim and shoot at you. And there's 2 in that group, so 1 rank. Ouch. As their blaster rifle is gonna do 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully get
13
soaked.
before soak. And for that
That's
threat,
9.
because they're so eager to spring up and shoot at you, they're gonna get in their friend's way, so it's gonna give the next group a black dice. So the next group that's at medium range, these guys over here, are gonna take their shots.
Yeah. They're farther. They're all miss. See?
As you called it, they totally missed.
Totally.
And then the other pair is gonna take their shots. Oh, somebody's upgrading their difficulty. Look at that. You're totally hoping for a despair so they shoot that first group, aren't you?
Yeah, anything could help.
As the third group lights up what should have been Bram, but is now the actual silhouette of Bram behind him. As what do I want for a? I'm gonna give on Bram and Drill's side a black dice whoever takes a shot back at them. I'm assuming one of you will. And an upgrade in difficulty. Because all 6 of them are shooting through this doorway, and there's this hail of blaster fire coming. And that was their turn. Who's going next?
Why don't you guys go next? I just want to be able to stem before they rotate around again. But take care of that droid on your side first, and then Jeff, you should move out of the way.
I was gonna say he goes last of the whole thing, so it's all of us really. So it
Yeah.
whichever.
He's going after the 1-3, so
Yeah, he's very last now.
that shot to the leg really zingered him.
You want to take your chance at the guy Golda?
Sure.
Because if you take him out, then I'll spend my time opening the door.
All right. Set it up for me.
Okay, you gonna aim?
Yes. And I flipped a light side.
All right, and you're medium range, right?
Yes.
Looks like it.
Or
Am I?
Think so.
I think you're short. Yep, you're short.
15.
Yep.
Oh, look at that. Perfect.
Purple that's upgraded because he's got adversary 1. Go ahead.
Perfect.
Take your shot. I got your upgrade. I've got your blue. You got this.
Rock him. Wow.
Ouch.
As you take your shots. And what is your total damage?
I do not know how to figure it. Can you help me?
So
Successes plus damage.
5.
Whoa, something squealed.
So
Your successes plus the damage.
So you start with the
So
damage
8.
5, and then plus 1 for each star. So 8 points before soak.
Yes.
Okay, so you do damage to him, and you have 2 advantages. Is there anything you'd like to use for those before I tell you the bad news?
I have a question.
Go for it, Kelly.
What's your question?
Okay. So, you know when I do the precise aim,
Uh huh.
it's only for my attack that their target's melee is reduced and the range reduced
Yeah, it
for
reduces
defense.
their melee
It
and
doesn't
range defense.
specify.
These guys don't have either of those.
So
Which is
I've been wasting my friggin' precise aim.
no, you've been using it just like you're supposed to. You just didn't realize they don't have defense. I don't give that information away for free.
I'm gonna kill you.
Hey.
I'm taking so much strain.
At the very beginning, I said, I can't believe B2 battle droids don't have defense. But apparently they just have lots of soak.
Okay, but it would only be for that turn.
Correct.
Were it applicable.
Yeah, for you, it would be you do it, and then it negates their defenses against you. So if you were, like, say, shooting one of your teammates...
for my shot.
Yep, just
Okay,
just for your shot. Yeah. So like if you were shooting one of you guys that has defense 1, you would lose that black dice because she's shooting in between the armor slots.
Gotcha. I just wanted to clarify since it didn't specify here.
Did you aim, Golda?
Yes.
You know, with your lucky blaster, when using a maneuver to aim, gain 2 blue. Can't use second maneuver to aim again, though. But your lucky blaster gets 2 blues when you aim.
No, you're right. I did not see that until just now.
Okay,
Yep.
I'll clear the dice pool if you want to roll a blue die.
All right. Let me know when it's ready.
Okay, go ahead. Did you add a blue on your side?
Yeah, I'm going to roll it up in the dice pool, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yep, the top, yep.
Make sure after you click
nothing.
1, you have to click outside the box.
Oh, you have to click out of it. Okay.
Yeah, I hate that thing because
Then
that catches me
dice.
all the time.
Nice,
Okay.
1 more point.
1 more point of damage.
So 9 points of damage.
Every point helps. He's
Yep.
looking
That's
messed
correct.
up. So, as you take that shot with your lucky, trusty blaster that you rarely use, even though it's old lucky, you look at the blaster as you look down the barrel and see how you put another hole in this guy, and the blaster goes, "Eeew," as you are out of blaster gas. Do you, in fact, have an extra reload that you've purchased?
Oh.
If you do, you can spend a maneuver to reload the weapon, but currently it is out of ammo.
Okay. I'm going to use my 2 advantage to give a blue die to Dizo, who should be going after Bram or Dries.
Okay, so Dizo's got a blue dice. You totally set him up for a perfect shot.
Yep.
Okay, so who's going next?
Bram, I'm just going to stim up, so why don't you go next, and I'll do that last before the rotation.
I'm going to be doing something similar. I'm going to move and get out of the line of fire, and then
draw them out.
Yep.
It's almost like you want to line up a bunch of them as a great swarm for your friend to mow down on auto fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
so
you can shoot first and then move.
You retreating first, or did you want to take a pot shot to get their attention?
Yeah, I like that. So yeah, I'm going to take a pot shot and then move.
Which group are you shooting at?
Whoever.
One or the medium distance?
Yeah, the close ones who fucked me over.
No. These guys.
Those guys?
Yeah.
And are you aiming or no?
Yeah, I'll aim. I'll take some strain for the aim. And you ready?
Yep, go ahead and take your
any
shot.
better than... What?
Go ahead and take your shot.
Alright, that's 9 before soak.
9 before soak. So immediately you take one pot shot, and what does it look like when you murder one of these B1 battle droids with one shot?
I think I blow his arm off, and he's just like leaking precious vital fluids out, and he just like
It drops
and
its
just
blaster
sinks to the
rifle and
floor.
grabs its stump, saying, "I'm too young for recycling!" And then it falls down to the ground and shuts down. You do have
Yep,
2 advantages.
I do.
Do you want
I
to
could
give?
take. What was that?
Did you want to give those to somebody or use those to get some strain back?
Yeah, I think I'm okay for strain at the moment, so I'd like to give a blue. Well, I'd give it to Drish, but he's just gonna be stimming up this time. Although actually, when he does go, so Drish, you get a blue.
Yeah, because I don't have to roll to use the stem, right? So
Nope. You just have to spend the maneuver to get it out of wherever you have it packed, and
yep.
an action to stim yourself.
He's
Yep.
giving you the blue so you can use it your next turn.
Yep.
Exactly.
You'll have it until you use it. Okay, who's going next?
I
Either
guess
you want-
me, or because you're stemming, so you can do your stem, and then I'll go, and then
Yeah, either way.
It's-
So go ahead
it's
and do
the-
your.
and that's this guy out of the picture, hopefully.
So you're
All
shooting
right.
that guy. You've got a blue dice thanks to your friend.
Yeah, we'll
Short
aim. What the
distance.
heck?
You're gonna aim for a second blue.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to keep him
Why
alive
not?
one more turn.
Ready, Freddy?
Yep, you're good to go.
All right.
Ooh, what the what? Where did that come from? Where's that been all night?
Right?
So I
Um.
don't even really need the math here. I think actually it might be close. So what is
So
your
7.
damage?
So 7, 8 for being short range. 9, 10, 11, 12 points with Pierce 5.
So that means I take 11 points. So you massacred this thing with overkill on damage. What does it look like when you take it out with your freeze ray?
Like the metal shatters and he just kind of crumples to the ground in pieces, like joints crack and fall off and hips break, and he goes to pieces.
Because freeze ray.
It's an interesting weapon.
So you now have a triumph and 4 advantages to spend. What would you like?
Yeah. Yeah.
And we can
Open the other
totally
door.
thank Golda's blue dice for all of these successes. I'm just saying.
So he was way over there. That doesn't quite fit.
You could say that your freeze ray splashed the control panel.
Well, that's the external weapons, though, not the door.
It could
On
be.
my side, it worked to open the door.
It blew open the door
No,
on his
you
side.
had. Yeah, but I'm assuming that shit blasted and flew over to hit the control panel at the door, but it was my
You-
Hey,
guess. But
how about you don't look a gift horse in the mouth, hon?
You got 4
Well.
advantages and a triumph. How would you like them to work for you?
Well, that's fine. I'll
Movie
take and
magic.
open the door somehow.
Okay, all of the doors or just one door?
I mean, if the system shorts out and it opens everything, sure.
Okay, so this door immediately snaps open, and Chaff looks in and sees 4 battle droids firing their weapons in the opposite direction, not even noticing the door going shook right open behind them because they're going ah with their blasters.
I'm not on that side.
And yes, they're totally distracted. I'll give you a blue dice to advantage since you were not supposed to be there attacking them. And what would you like for those 4 advantages?
Somebody gets an extra maneuver, and I'll take my strain back.
Okay, so 3 for a maneuver and a strain.
Who wants a free
So,
maneuver?
Who
Can
wants
take
a free
another one.
maneuver that has not taken more than 2 already? And that counts as if you moved in
I
A,
haven't
you
taken
can't
any
take a
free
third.
maneuvers.
I don't think I've taken any. I don't think neither has Felice.
Yep,
Huh?
both of you
She
have
can
only
move
taken
into
a
position.
maneuver and an action, so one of you guys can take a free
Yeah.
move.
Golda, why don't you take it and move out of the doorway so that, because they haven't noticed you yet, but...
Or maybe you want to
Well,
move into the
Or
doorway and
I
be ready
can
to
move
pounce them.
into the doorway and start
I would
shooting.
like my idea is to get in there
well, I
before
was going to
we
say that or Talise moves here, so on the next turn, she shoots in through the doorway.
But I can take a maneuver on my turn anyways. So
Yeah.
Right.
This
This is a
just
free one now,
accidental out of turn maneuver.
and you
Okay,
have
so I'm
2
gonna
maneuvers or whatever you want then if you want.
I'm gonna step in
Okay.
and to the side.
Okay, you can start smashing some droids in.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all owe me a blaster pack. Okay, and last but not least, who's gonna stim themselves up?
Me!
I totally saw your
I
life
have-
bar move already, so you must have stimmed yourself.
Yep, I stimmed myself.
Come
So
on, I
Jim,
worked
just a
hard.
quick note. On my token, my red bar isn't working, or my red circle isn't working.
It isn't?
Nope.
You might
The
want to
other two are working.
refresh. It looks like it's working. Because I just fiddled with it real quick. You may want to refresh roll 20 and see if that's the disconnect.
Alright, I'll be right
Okay.
back. Proceed without me.
So you have stimmed. Well, you should refresh and come back and lickety split.
Alright.
So, top
Oh yeah,
of
I don't have to refresh Discord.
Yeah, I mean your audio's in Discord. It's just your roll 20 is gonna blip for like 5 seconds. So top of the order, bunch of really confused
let me.
battle droids. Chaff snuck in there right behind them, and they're still kind of like they don't realize she's there yet. She walked in right behind them.
Guys, can I go first?
I was gonna say, does Chaff want to go before she loses that free blue die?
I mean, I would like to, but it sounds like...
No, Chaff, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm just... Because I can auto-fire, I was going to step into the doorway and try to take out multiple groups right away.
Somebody's just drunk on auto-fires all.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Alright.
Big guns are what I do. What can I say?
So I'm going to hit this one right here.
Okay, and that is a minion group, so if you do excessive damage, you may hit both of them. So
Okay, well I doubt I will, but let's go.
Are you gonna aim?
Are you?
You can aim with a punch.
Aiming.
Can you aim with a punch?
Yeah, you can
Yes.
totally aim with a punch.
Okay, so I'm gonna aim with a punch.
Okay, you draw that fist back with the gauntlets on. Are you gonna dual wield? Because you can dual wield since you have paired knuckles. Which means it adds an extra purple, but if you get 2 advantage, you can swing with the other hand to do the same damage twice.
Yes, let's do that.
And as I talk a lot, are you gonna happen to use a light side point? I want to see you do amazing things. Just saying. Okay, I've got your 2 blue, your upgrade against 3 purple. 2 for melee and 1 for dual wielding. Is all of a sudden we see Chaff get both those fists into play with those knuckles, and go ahead and make your attack.
All right. What to do?
Nice. So with your vibro knuckles, the damage is not right on your sheet. It should be 1 plus your brawn.
So my brawn is on the other piece. My brawn is 3.
Okay, so on the damage tab, change that 1 to a 4.
Okay, let me go back. Right, I updated it.
Okay, perfect. So you did 4 plus 4 successes, so 8 points of damage with Pierce 1. So I can tell you, thanks to that Pierce 1, one punch tears into a B1 battle droid and takes it out. Now, since you do have 2 advantage there, would you like to follow up with the offhand and do the same thing to its friend?
Yes.
And since
Yes, I
this is
would.
the first time we've seen you go crazy with your vibro knuckles, and you just decimated these 2 B1 battle droids with your freaking bare knuckles, what does it look like as your knuckles are going?
Looks like a warrior goddess.
Right. It looks like it's just a hit, right? And so you're thinking, great. that's definitely gonna hit okay. But as it connects, that like very strong because it's metal, but the smaller point of connection of his neck is where I connect. And the first one's head kind of pops off and the other one turns to look, and the shot takes, or the hit takes him across his face and neck, and he just kind of topples over.
And I bet those vibro knuckles sound amazing against the metal of the droid's body.
Yes.
Okay, and they drop to the ground like scrap freaking metal.
Excellent.
And the B1 battle droids all turn at once and start shaking and looking at you.
And I just kind of like, I grin to they can't see it, and I'm like, well, it's a good thing I'm not a Jedi, huh?
And since they are B1 battle droids, they are going to, on their turn, run for the door. Push the button and the door will open up. Briefly, Chaff sees something interesting on the other side of the door.
Something interesting? Okay.
Something interesting.
Can I roll to see if I figure out what it is, or do I'm just interested?
I'm just going to give it to you. I just have to make it reveal itself on the map. You see that there are 2 auto turrets. Basically it's automatic little gun turrets. And what looks like a droideka, that's that creepy 3-legged one that rolls into a ball with a shield, except it's half welded to the floor. It looks like somebody took half of a droideka from the waist up and welded it to the floor and pulled up some power lines and plugged them into it, taking what was left of a droideka and turning it into a weapon placement.
Does it have the shield on it?
It does not have the shield on currently because the door was shut and it was just relaxing. And you do notice, Chaff, that this turret right here moves and points at the droids, and the B1 battle droids go, "Don't shoot! Don't shoot! At them! Shoot them! Shoot them!"
Anyone have any explosives?
Nope.
No.
And these 2 follow suit, except when they come in, they close this door. So the door is now closed.
I pass along the information to the team.
As you're just like, holy crap, there's 2 turrets and some kind of droidical weapon placement thingy-me-bobby.
Yeah, that doesn't look great.
Exactly where we have to go.
Yeah.
If you're heading to the bridge, yeah.
Yep.
Unless you want to go out an airlock and walk the hard way.
I mean, it might be easier. Who knows?
Well, we know where there's a force field in the room that I'm in.
Well, we know there's a force field in the room that I'm in too, because a droid blew himself out through it.
Yep.
So you now know that they've got a bit of a defended position there. What are you guys gonna do?
You know what? I almost want to say let's take a walk outside to see if there's any entry past the turrets. Because if it's
Right, if we can
welded,
avoid this.
the turrets aren't going to be turned, nor is the welded droid.
Let's get our stimmed up buddy in here and see if he can take it.
I mean, what I was looking at is it seems like if you stand right about here, those turrets shouldn't be able to hit you. So
Right,
take
so
him
you
out.
just have to worry about the droidica, so that's going to make it easier, yeah?
So what you're
Yeah,
saying is if you stand right there, you can't shoot the turrets? Is that what you're saying?
Right, you wouldn't be able to shoot the turrets back, but we could slowly pick off one by one.
Yeah.
I would put a black dice on either or, but yes, they would get a firing solution if you stood right there in the middle.
Right there?
Yeah. A tactical thing would be to move, take your shot, then take 2 strain to step out of the line of fire. That would be the tactical thing to do.
Could do
Yeah.
that.
Get on up here, my droid buddy. It's your turn.
Yeah, because nobody has cutter tools to try to cut their way in up here if it's not already open to space.
And no one took.
So the droids have all taken their turn. We're not top of the order, but basically at the. Yeah.
Basically, you guys can do anything you want. They're not going to open that door anytime soon.
If someone wants to go in and open the door and move to the side, I'll move in, shoot, and move out.
So if you want to get you guys in position, you can.
That was totally roboting, Jim. Try again.
Yeah, I didn't hear you at all.
If you guys all want to get yourselves in position, you can. So like before we go and go.
Trish,
What's that?
what range is your gun?
Long.
Yeah, mine too. So we could do a double.
Do double shot?
Yeah, like he shoots and then I shoot.
Oh, Jim cleared the turn order. So we're starting over on. And Jim, I take it we're rolling cool this time?
Yep.
Ooh.
Nice, Bram.
Sadly, the triumph doesn't do anything.
Well, it's an extra success.
It's an extra success, yeah, but. Yeah, but.
It's 2 instead of 1, so success. So that's better than a sharp stick in the eye.
Through that.
I mean, it's better than nothing.
It's better than my lowly advantage.
Now the question is, seeing as the initiative as it is, does Golda want to use your special cool thing to get an extra success and bump one of you guys up from like a 0 to a 1 or a 1 to a 2 to guarantee you're in the lead?
Yeah. There's only one of us that's at the bottom, but if I pump that last person that's a 0.1, if I give them a 1,
It means
that
you
will put
all
them.
go before all of them.
Yep.
You turn it into
Yeah, let's give that a
complete
shot.
turkey shoot.
Alright. I took the strain on my side. If you'll move the last guy up.
Yep. Okay, so all 5 of you get to go before the 3 of them get to go.
Yeah. And swapping weapons as we maneuver into position.
As on the other side of the door, there's this rattling sound, and it's the B1 battle droid trembling. Did you see how they cut down the B2s? The B2s went out the window!
So Golda,
Yep.
because you're well, you have a gun. Never mind. I was gonna say because you're melee. Can you open the door? You have
Yes,
a
I can
gun.
open the door because I do not have a gun.
Oh, you
Yeah,
don't?
she
Oh,
ran out
that's
of
right. You
ammo.
ran out of ammo.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, if you could open the door and then get out of the way, we will commence with the firing.
Yep, that's why I placed myself where I am.
Okay,
Beautiful.
so you've got the security badge.
Yep.
Okay, so you're standing there and you go boop, and the door opens up.
And I quickly dodge the fuck out of the way.
Boop. So you're booping and running?
Yep.
Okay, so where are you gonna run to?
I'm already like
Right in that corner.
I thought I was in a corner, but I guess not. Like with how these spaces are, I felt like I was out of the way, but I'll just move myself. I feel like I moved myself further into the way.
You were in a corner. I thought you were in a corner.
So did I.
I mean,
Yeah.
The way this thing is shaped, there's a corner, and I thought I was in it, and then I guess I was not. So now I'm hiding behind Talise.
I think it's safe to assume that square is a corner, Golda. You could probably go back there.
if
Yeah,
you hold
because-
down Alt,
yeah,
it'll fit
in
you
the
there.
corner.
But yeah, you can. So you're basically taking cover behind the wall.
Yes. And I'm ducked down as tight as I can go.
Ellie, you want to go next, or you want me to go next?
Well, if you want to do your auto fire, this would be a good time. I don't do mine doesn't have auto fire, so if you want to do your shot first.
I wasn't going to do auto fire because I'd rather.
All right, then I will go.
Okay, you step out. You're aiming at the droidica, which, by the way, since the door closed, it did bring its massive shield up, as you just see this blue shield projector going. And what is that range? Is that a solid medium, I believe?
Yep.
Let's see. He's got no defense, bastard. But he does have defense from the shield. And shield protector's up, so that upgrades the difficulty. Okay. Are you gonna take 2 strain to aim, or no? Saving that to get out of the way. Okay, you'll take an upgrade, but no to the aim. I mean, I wouldn't recommend aiming myself. I would use 2 strain to get the hell out of the firing solution there. But that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
Are you muted, Kelly?
Sorry, yes, I was muted. Actually, I didn't think of that. So, I will take one of the strain back for not aiming.
Well, you.
But I did do the upgrade.
Okay. So I got the upgrade in there for you, so this way you can still escape after you take your shot. So go ahead and take your shot. She goes diving back, gets the firing solution.
Ouch.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And as you take this beautiful aim shot, it's a frickin' droidica with its shield projector up. Your blaster bolt flies true. It would have been a beautiful kill shot. And as soon as it hits that big blue force field, it just ricochets and carbon scores the ceiling. Would you like to move? Are you sure you want to move there, or do you want to move out the doorway? Okay, and then you skedaddle out of its line of fire as you totally from its point of view you see targeting reticles as it starts to point both arms with their freaking autocannons, and you get the hell out of that firing solution. Okay, who's going next?
I will.
You step in, you see the clear firing solution, a couple B1 battle droids shaking, the turret's ready to open fire any second, and the droidica seems not perturbed in the least by that shot that glanced off its deflector shield. I mean, this is like military grade deflector shield. Oh. So you would like an upgrade. I'm assuming you're not aiming?
That is correct.
Okay, go ahead and take your shot.
Oh my god.
As you aim your blaster and the flowing, glowing shield moves, and all of a sudden your blaster bolt hits and flies off to the side, deflected harmlessly against the bulkhead. I mean,
Jim, am I safe in the doorway there?
You think you're safe. I mean, if the B1s come around that doorway, you're not, but you think you're safe. You're safe from the turrets and the droidica.
That's fine. If the B1s come around, I'm okay.
Okay. So, as your two heavy hitters take their shots and, slightly annoy it, who's going next?
Oh, give me a strain back for that one advantage.
Okay, go ahead and take a strain as you turn around and whistle, going, "Holy shit! Do we have any Jedis?"
Yeah.
Exactly. WTF, man.
Did anyone bring grenades we can roll slowly down the hallway?
Would be nice.
As Jane said, grenades would be nice right now. So who's going next?
Not something I thought to get.
Oh, I'll go. And I'm going to basically from my position in the corner, peek around the side and fire and peek back.
So the question is, who are you shooting at when you peek around the corner?
I'm not sure what's the best.
Well, you got the B1s here. You got the turrets here, which seem to be the toughest thing down here, and the guy with the almost indestructible force field. But on the plus side, he seems to be welded to the floor.
Yeah. Given that I'm not really one of the big hitters, I'll take out one of the small fry. I think I'll go for this guy here since there's only one of them.
The single B1 battle droid that's clacking and shaking in fear.
Yes. I gotta need to put him out of his misery.
Are you peeking around the corner to shoot him, giving him a black dice for protection, or are you committing to moving out in the open and then moving on afterwards?
I'm doing the tactical, exposing just enough of me to fire.
Okay.
Yeah, pray and spray method.
And are you taking some strain to aim? I mean, I wouldn't recommend it if you're going to hide again.
I didn't. You would not recommend it, or you would recommend it?
I would. I will always recommend for you to spend strain, but tactically speaking, I wouldn't recommend doing it because it means you'd be exposed, and not able to get back in the corner.
All right.
Yeah. So no aiming, just firing.
Okay. Go ahead and take your shot when you're ready. As you aim around the corner and go pew pew. Holy crap! And you connected. Go ahead
At least one of us
and
did.
take
Somebody hit
two
something. Yay!
take 2 strain because you slammed yourself back into that wall to get behind cover because those turrets were looking at you and you know they were going to shoot you any second. But what does it look like when you destroy this little battle droid?
Yeah.
You shoot the shit out of him.
Oh, I think it goes right. It hits him right in the heart. It's and, to have him just think, "Oh, you got me."
You got me in the heart. And the other two say, "You're a droid, stupid." And he says, "I see the light. I see the light. I'm going to the great maker in the sky." So who's going next?
All right. We'll come out here. We'll shoot here.
You're gonna shoot the big guy.
Yeah. Why not?
Upgrade 2 black and you're at medium range.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do that just because. As you shoot him with the freeze ray. What's the freeze ray gonna do to the force field? Let's find out.
Well, yeah.
Your pool
See what it
is
works
ready.
like. All right. Here we go.
And apparently the freeze ray
Damn.
goes right through the force field. It is not a force field against freeze rays.
All right. So
Oh.
7, 8, 9, 10. Pierce 5.
So 10 pierce 5. Nice. Apparently the cold hit the shield and kind of ebbed inside of it. And he is at that instead of what he should be because he is just a piece of crap welded to the floor. And pierce 5.
Yeah. And spare clip.
And do you have the talent spare clip?
Yep.
Okay. So in that case, I will use those 3 threat to make you slip and fall prone. Because you poured on the freeze ray, causing his shield to ice up, and your barrel starts dripping condensation from this uber blast of cold. And all of a sudden you brace yourself and your boot slips out from underneath you, falling right on your butt. And on top of being prone, take 2 strain. Now the question is, do you want to take 2 strain to stand back up and be stuck in that spot? Or be prone and have a black dice to being shot back at?
I was going to say, if anything, I would stay down for the black dice.
That's what
Or I could take 2 strain for... Or I could take 2 strain for maneuver to roll to the doorway, yeah?
There is that. You could do that. I wasn't going to suggest it, but you could do that.
Yeah. We'll roll over to the doorway here.
You crawl on 3rd point of contact to the doorway and pop through saying shit, 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 shit. As there's a little puddle that we're not sure if it's condensation from your barrel or if it is in fact leakage from your armor. Because that would have totally been the worst case scenario.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's everybody, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So it is your guys' turn is up. It's going to be their turn, but it is a good time to wrap it up there because it is 9 o'clock. We get this
57,
great
close
Monty,
enough.
Python moment of freeze ray causing you to fall on your butt and then scampering
Yeah.
across the hallway. Shit, 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 shit. So we will
Freaking Benny
wrap
Hill music goes off.
up there.
Right.
And I will throw it out there that next week is Revenge of the Sixth. So I was going to throw a Sithy inspired one shot. I'm assuming all of y'all want to play that.
That sounds like fun.
And I'm also running a one shot at the store on the 4th and an online one on the 5th. If y'all want in on that, just let me know, because nobody's actually said yes they want a seat at the game, and I'm assuming at least 2 of the people I know want a seat at the game that voted. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, please.
So just let me know
thank
so
you.
I can fill up my my seating chart. And if you
Yeah,
have any
please, and-
suggestions for the various games, let me see what's winning, because the polls don't end until like tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, but yes to
yes
all three.
to all 3. I figured that was the answer. Let's
Don't have anything else to do with my life.
Aw, don't say it that way.
Kidding.
So, on
I might be out of town, so I'm waiting to find out.
okay, on the 4th, it's May the 4th be with you. So it's Jedi or light side inspired. It looks like currently in the lead is Order Restored, which is hidden Jedi work to protect an ancient archive as the shadow of the Empire looms. So a bunch of random Jedi will run together and protect a place from encroaching Empire threats.
Yay.
Or if they don't, they all die, and it's heroic and it's Star Warsy stuff. Then on the 5th, for Revenge of the 5th, is Dark Deeds and Sith Power. Looks like in the lead, because I actually voted to jump on the bandwagon with other folks, is Inquisitor Rising, which is play as Imperial Inquisitors sent to eliminate a rogue Jedi. But is there more to the mission? And yes, it's going to be like an Obi-Wan Kenobi level Jedi, so it's going to suck for you guys. But don't worry, you'll be
Nice.
9th level Inquisitors. And so far in the lead for
Experience?
Revenge of the Sixth is going to be Palpatine's Secret Orders, which is clone troopers receive a mysterious command. Is it another Order 66 or something worse? And Kelly, did you say experience?
Yeah, did we get any experience?
You got 10 experience. And the experience of seeing your friend fall on his butt.
It's like a twofer.
But on
It's
the
not
plus
that.
side, he can brag that I at least heard it, guys. And by the way, I did forget to give you the flavor text. It's really jacked up from that freeze ray blast.
Nice. I was just sliding into home plate as I slid across to shoot it.
With
it was all part of the technique.
With those 10 points Pierce 5, apparently the shield is not built to stop a freeze ray, just blaster bolts. So you totally doomed that shit where the shield just slightly turns red and ignores it for most of it.
Nice. Found a new weakness besides slow-moving grenades. Because technically the frost would be hitting it and kind of slow penetration through.
Not hitting it like a blaster bolt at sonic speeds, more of a subsonic shower hose.
Yep.
So don't forget your 10 XP.
Rock
and
on.
I've got a bunch of one-shot characters I gotta make up this weekend.
Good
You're
night,
kidding?
all.
That 10 XP is already
Night,
spent.
everybody.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night, gang.
I'm
Talk
sure.
to you later. And now we say goodbye to the Skype channel and only use Discord.
Yep.
Right?
And Jim, once again, just a reminder, you have admin on the server now, so you should be able to create polls and all that good stuff.
Oh, look at that. Save me from having to do the work. Kelly was cute. She jumped on the Skype saying, everyone's over at the Discord. I'm like, no one's on my Discord. And then I realized, oh yeah, that's right. You made one on your Discord.
Yep. I messaged you in the Facebook.
Oh yeah. I just totally phased it. It was a Tuesday. It was definitely a Tuesday that was a Monday.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
Right.
sorry.
No worries. That's why it's called work. It's a 4-letter word.
Yep.
Alrighty, guys. Have a good night.
All right.
You too.
Night. Bye.
And hey guys, we will be back tomorrow night for our Wednesday night one-shots. Just to let you know, if you've been keeping track on the poll for that game on Patreon, I believe they are keeping up with the votes for continuing this cruise one-shot nightly experience. So the Smuggler crew in the Old Republic will be continuing to do their thing, as Aurora will be leading her crew into not so criminally inclined crime. And lots of credits. Alrighty, guys. Thank you for listening and have a great night.